Ladies and gentlemen, friends, dreamers and warriors of life. Imagine for a moment you wake up tomorrow morning with unbreakable focus. The moment your feet touch the floor, your mind is already aligned with purpose. Distractions bounce off you like rain on an ancient mountain peak. Temptations lose their seductive grip. Challenges no longer shatter you, they temper you, forge you into something stronger, wiser and more resilient. Your mind, once your loudest enemy filled with chatter and doubt, becomes your greatest ally, your wisest advisor, your most loyal companion on the journey of life. How would your life change? How would you change? Would you finally launch that business idea that's been whispering in your heart for years? Would your relationships deepen with presence and patience? Would your body become a temple of vitality rather than a victim of fleeting comforts? Would you look in the mirror and see someone you truly respect? Today we do not gather merely to hear words echo through the air. We gather to awaken something ancient, powerful, and profoundly practical. The power of discipline and self-mastery drawn straight from the enlightened wisdom of the Buddha. These teachings, born 2,500 years ago under the Bodhi tree, are not dusty relics of philosophy. They are timeless blueprints for freedom in our chaotic, notification-drenched, temptation-filled modern world. They cut through the noise of social media, endless scrolling, financial pressures, and emotional turbulence with laser-like clarity. Let me ask you honestly, and I want you to feel this question in your chest. How many times have you promised yourself you would wake up early, hit the gym, finish that important project, speak more kindly to your loved ones, eat with awareness, or simply scroll less, only to watch your resolve crumble by 10 a.m.? The alarm goes off, the warmth of the bed wins. A notification pings and 2 hours disappear. A difficult conversation looms, and avoidance feels easier. You're not alone. Millions share this struggle. But the Buddha taught us there is a path out. And that path begins right here, right now, with your decision to listen with an open heart and a willing spirit. The undefeatable power of self-mastery, Buddha declared with thunderous clarity, the person who masters himself through self-control and discipline is truly undefeatable. Consider the weight of those words. Armies can be defeated by superior strategy or numbers. Empires rise and fall with the tides of history. Wealth can vanish in a market crash or poor decision. Fame is fleeting, and even the strongest bodies eventually age. But the individual who has conquered their own mind? No external force can truly conquer them. Not failure, not harsh criticism, not financial setback, not betrayal, not even the deepest fears that haunt the midnight hours. He reinforced this with another profound teaching. Better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the victory is yours. It cannot be taken from you, not by angels or by demons, not by heaven or by hell. In our modern age, obsessed with conquering markets, accumulating likes, growing follower counts, outpacing competitors, and chasing external validation, the Buddha flips the entire script. The real battlefield is internal. The real victory is not loud, flashy, or celebrated with fireworks. It is quiet, steady, deeply personal, and eternal. It is the victory of a calm mind in the midst of storm. Picture an ancient warrior on the battlefield. He may slay 1,000 enemies with skill and courage, yet if he cannot control his anger, greed, lust, or fear, when the sun sets, he remains a slave to his impulses. His nights are tormented, his relationships fractured, his legacy hollow. Now picture yourself. You do not need swords, shields, or armies. Your weapons are far more powerful. Disciplined habits, cultivated awareness, and a mind trained through consistent practice. These make you undefeatable in the game of life. History echoes this truth. Think of great figures, Nelson Mandela enduring decades in prison with dignity, or modern athletes like Novak Djokovic who speak openly about mental discipline. Their outer achievements flowed from inner mastery. The Buddha himself was a prince who renounced luxury, faced extreme asceticism and temptation, and through relentless self-mastery attained enlightenment. His example proves this power is accessible to anyone willing to walk the path. Taming the wild mind, Buddha gave us this foundational truth. To enjoy good health, to bring true happiness to one's family, to bring peace to all, one must first discipline and control one's own mind. If a man can control his mind, he can find the way to enlightenment, and all wisdom and virtue will naturally come to him. Your mind is like a garden. Leave it untended, and weeds of doubt, procrastination, anger, laziness, comparison, and endless craving quickly overrun it. The soil becomes choked, flowers wither, and what could have been a paradise instead produces suffering. But with disciplined attention, regular weeding, watering, and nurturing, it transforms into a lush sanctuary that nourishes not only your soul but everyone around you, your family, colleagues, community, and even strangers touched by your presence. He also warned, there is nothing so disobedient as an undisciplined mind, and there is nothing so obedient as a disciplined mind. Raise your hand or nod inwardly if your mind has ever hijacked your entire day. It races with worries about tomorrow's uncertainties, replays painful arguments from yesterday, or yanks you toward quick dopamine hits, another video, another snack, another distraction, that leave you emptier than before. This is the undisciplined mind at work. It feels autonomous, rebellious, almost like a separate entity, whispering seductive lies. Just one more episode. You deserve a break. They deserve your anger. Success is for other people. The disciplined mind responds differently. It observes these impulses with calm power and says, "Not today. I choose what serves my highest self." This shift does not happen overnight. It is built through thousands of small, seemingly insignificant choices. Modern neuroscience validates the Buddha's ancient insight. Practices like mindfulness meditation physically change the brain, increasing gray matter in areas associated with emotional regulation, focus, and self-awareness, while shrinking the amygdala, the fear center. What the Buddha taught through direct experience, science now confirms through fMRI scans. The wild mind can be tamed. Neuroplasticity is on your side. Mastering desire, anger, and the inner storms, the Buddha understood human suffering at its root. He taught that unchecked craving and desire are primary sources of dukkha, suffering. We crave possessions, status, experiences, approval, and pleasure, believing they will bring lasting happiness. When we master our impulses, we do not eliminate joy or pleasure. Instead, we enjoy life more fully because we are no longer enslaved by fleeting sensations. Desire becomes a servant rather than a tyrannical master. On anger, his wisdom is surgical. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. You do not punish the other person, you punish yourself with stress, elevated cortisol, damaged relationships, and regret. A single moment of patience during anger saves 100 moments of sorrow. Imagine applying this daily. In heavy traffic, when a colleague criticizes your work, when your child tests boundaries, or when a loved one says something hurtful. Instead of exploding or suppressing, you pause, you breathe deeply, you observe the rising heat. Without immediate reaction, you respond with clarity and wisdom. This single act of self-mastery does not just calm the moment, it forges your character like steel tempered in fire. Over time, you become the person others turn to in crisis because your mind remains steady. Buddha also addressed fear and doubt extensively. He taught that fear is often a shadow, powerful in the dark but diminished by the light of awareness. By sitting with discomfort in meditation, by facing small fears daily, cold showers, difficult conversations, honest self-reflection, we expand our window of tolerance. What once paralyzed us becomes manageable. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it is mastery over it. The daily path to mastery, simple yet profound practices. How do we walk this path practically? The Buddha's Noble Eightfold Path and teachings on mindfulness provide a complete blueprint. It begins small and compounds into massive transformation. Right effort. Discipline is not self-punishment. It is a loving commitment to your future self. Start with one habit. Commit to waking at the same time daily. Begin with 10 minutes of silent sitting. Move your body with intention. The key is consistency over intensity. As the Buddha said, a jug fills drop by drop. Mindfulness. Sati. Become a scientist of your own mind. Throughout the day, pause and observe. When craving arises, note it. Craving is here. When fear or anger surges, greet it without judgment. Awareness is the first step to mastery. Practices like Vipassana or simple breath awareness train this muscle. Self-control in body, speech, and mind. The wise guard all three. Eat with moderation and gratitude. Speak less, and when you speak, let your words be truthful, kind, and purposeful. Guard thoughts like a king guards treasure. Redirect negativity, cultivate gratitude, and choose empowering narratives. Additional practical tools. Morning ritual. Upon waking, hydrate, move and sit in meditation for 10 to 20 minutes. Set your top 3 priorities. Digital discipline. Use apps to limit social media. Create focus blocks where notifications are silenced. Evening reflection. Review your day. What went well? Where did you slip? What will you improve tomorrow? This builds self-awareness without harsh self-criticism. Habit stacking. Link new disciplined behaviors to existing ones. Meditate right after brushing teeth. Accountability. Share goals with a trusted friend or join a community committed to growth. Every champion athlete, visionary leader, artist, and fulfilled person shares one trait. They learned to do what needed to be done, especially when they didn't feel like it. The Buddha taught this principle millennia before modern productivity gurus coined terms like atomic habits. Overcoming obstacles on the path. The path is not linear. You will face resistance. Old habits fight back. Motivation wanes. Life throws curveballs, illness, loss, financial stress. This is normal. When excuses arise, I'll start tomorrow. I'm too tired. Just this once. Recognize them as the undisciplined mind testing you. Pass the test. Use the Buddha's teaching on impermanence. This discomfort is temporary. Your future self is permanent. Fall down, rise with greater wisdom. Get distracted, gently return to the breath or the task. Feel weak? Remember, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Self-compassion fuels discipline, not undermines it. Surround yourself with inspiration, books like the Dhammapada, biographies of resilient figures, or communities that uphold high standards. Environment shapes behavior more than willpower alone. Your victory starts today, friends. Self-mastery is not about perfection. It is about persistent, compassionate progress. The version of you 1 year from now, disciplined, focused, at peace amid chaos, with deeper relationships, impactful work, radiant health, and an unbreakable spirit. is not fantasy. That person is waiting for your daily choices. Visualize them vividly. Feel the pride, calm, and freedom. Then take action. Choose one area today: your mornings, your speech, your screen time, your physical movement. Commit for 30 days to track progress in a simple journal. Celebrate small wins when it gets hard, and it will. Whisper the Buddha's truth: I am undefeatable when I master myself. You carry the same power that allowed a sheltered prince to leave luxury, endure trials, sit under a tree, and awaken to truths that have liberated millions. That power lives in you right now. Stand taller, walk out committed, not just inspired, but transformed. Discipline your mind, master yourself, and watch your entire world transform with you. Your family benefits, your work flourishes, your presence becomes a gift to the world. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single, disciplined step. Take it now, then take the next and the next. Thank you. May your minds be disciplined, your hearts strong, your actions purposeful, and your lives profoundly free. Let's go conquer ourselves.